Segment 4, video 4, emotions are creating something. Tracy has not moved her seat. She fixes her hair a little bit and we keep going. Tracy is the medium through which collective consciousness speaks, if you will, source energy, eternal light beings. Tracy has moved aside, allowing the space of mediumship, words to flow through. How does it all work? It is a miracle. She will say to anyone, it is a miracle. It's like having conversations from the heavens above, and that's how she feels it. That's how she views it. That's how she feels it. That's how she sees it. She says it's only loving, divine light flowing through. And peace on the planet, is it possible? We are wanting to share, we, collective consciousness, source energy, eternal light beings, are wanting to share with mankind that peace on the planet is possible. And it is very difficult to believe that there would be peace anywhere if one has an unsettled mind, an unsettled heart, unsettled all things. There is not peace within. We are wanting to share how ones can obtain peace within. Now, one may see this video and say this is a whole bunch of BS. You don't live life. You're in the heavens, wherever that is. Roll the eyes. You're not here, walking here. You're not living my life. If you lived my life, you wouldn't be lecturing. But we are not lecturing. Not at all. We are sharing that your emotions are creating something. And we are asking ones to ponder, what do you think your emotions are creating? What do you think? If emotions are a vibration, which they are, you know it. You could walk into a room, two have been quarreling, and you walk in and they stop quarreling because you have entered the room. And you know, just by vibration alone, you don't even have to see the look on their face. You know, their backs could be turned and you would know. You just walked into a space that was the two were quarreling. That is vibration. That is what we speak about. And it is the same for joy and happiness. You walk into a room where ones are joyful and even if they didn't speak to you, you would know. We spoke about throughout one's body. If one is feeling heavy in heart or burdened with life, how are they sitting? They're not sitting up feeling so good. How are they now? You know it in one's shoulders, just the shoulders. And that doesn't include how one is walking, how one is talking, especially how one is moving around. One's in haste and anger. Oh, they're moving fast. They're abrupt. They're placing things down. Just watch in a grocery store how people put things in their cart. Some that are feeling very peaceful, content, happy to be there. They look at the item, place it down gently. They speak to people gently as they approach. One that is feeling angry, into the cart it goes, almost running people over, not caring, not even aware of what's around, because they are so caught up in their emotions. And then what is that creating? What is it creating? If emotions are vibration, then what is it creating outwards? We used anger because it is easy for ones to be angry. Why is it that ones will say, I'm searching for happiness, I'm looking for happiness, I just want happiness to arrive? It is a search. They feel that it is outside themselves. But anger, they're just going to feel it. They don't feel miserable because they don't find it. It's found. And happiness walks with you. It is part of eternal light. Your natural state is joy. So if you think of eternal light, so we always ask the question, where were you before arriving to Mother Earth? Where were you? Have you pondered? Most ponder where one will be departing Mother Earth. That's more on the mind, if you will. So, most would agree that when ones depart from Mother Earth, leaving physical form, transitioning to divine eternal light. So where were you before arriving to Mother Earth? Most, after pondering, would say, I must have been divine eternal light. Pondering, but we're not here to change a belief, not at all. But in that divine eternal light holds the grandest love, and it holds the grandest joy, and it most certainly holds compassion and kindness. If you ponder life after life, the transitioning to, you would most likely come up with, well, there can't be a quarrel in the heavens. It just seems impossible. It's all loving light. But if you came to earth with your loving light, then it would hold true, and it does, but again, we're not here to convince, that you hold loving light. You hold your joy within, but you need the contrast to go on the search. There is no way you could know joy if you did not experience sorrow. There is no way. How would you know if you did not have the contrast of any one thing? How do you know hot from cold? It is in the contrast. So all emotions are meant to be felt. Emotions are not meant to be carried. However, you do carry your joy and happiness at all times. It just with life experience becomes buried. Think of it as your divine light within, and thinking that life experience tends to cover one's light. You see light in children. You see it. You see it in their eyes. Life experience. They're not decades down the road just yet. So, life creates situations and experiences that causes ones to feel something. And the little news is ones will choose physical form to feel something, to have the contrast. So all meant to be felt, but not meant to be hung on to. Happiness, yes, you can hang on to that, absolutely. But most do not. Why? They'll hang on to anger for years and let go of the happiness, because you cannot hold anger and hold joy. You cannot. You have to place one down to have the other. And most will choose placing happiness down to pick up anger. Hold the anger. I'm right. I have a right to be angry. Perhaps you do. But you have a right to be happy. Why are you not choosing to pick up the happiness end of the stick, if you will? Isn't that fascinating that most do not? You have to place one down to have the other. And it does become a choice. It is a choice to pick up happiness, because what do you have to do? You have to let go. You have to let go in order to pick up. It's difficult to let go, especially when it feels so warranted. And we understand. We understand. So, what are all these little segments about? We want to say a gentle sharing to understand that you do have the choice to place it down. And it is far from a lecture. And it is far from, oh, just take these steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. No. We shared it is a choice. How do you arrive at that choice? That is up to you. Some just get so tired. I feel so awful. I've been angry about this for years. And I look back and I wonder why. It is a choice. It is an arrival. We are just asking, what about arriving today? Peace in the heart, is it possible? Not if you feel angry. or resentful. Not if you're carrying around unkind words towards yourself. Place down unkind words. How can you feel good when you feel that you are beating upon yourself? When you don't feel good enough for anything? How can you feel good? You have to place down one. Think of it just that way. Now, we're not speaking about little bits of time where one feels angry or one is resentful for an afternoon or even a week. There are some things presented that it would only be natural to be angry a lifetime. We are asking, what is it creating for you to be angry a lifetime? Isn't it funny how ones, when they speak to another and they're angry, it shows, ones will. And then they meet a stranger and they pretend they're not angry at all. But only after a while, they sort of let that guard down. You walk with yourself all the time. You cannot fake how you are feeling on the inside. You can change the look on your face, but it is a vibration. That is why when you ask someone, how are you today? Oh, I'm good. Thank you very much. And their vibration is anything but feeling good. It is vibration. So if vibration starts from within, moving forward, and you take a step in your daily activities, what are you moving into? That's when it becomes a choice to place it down. I want to walk into happiness. I want to walk into joy. I want to walk into lightheartedness. I want to walk into feeling better. And isn't it fascinating that ones want to walk into more anger because it feels powerful at times? It feels powerful at times. So, what are your emotions creating? What are you hanging on to, if you will? What are you wanting to share with the world? What are you wanting to share with the world? Share your compassion and your kindness and your eternal light that is already who you are. Wouldn't it be grand? There would not be war within, and there would not be war among. All would be at peace. Really good. Really, really, really good.